Hi Gemini, welcome to your general messages for the week of October 10th. I hope you guys are doing great today. Remember guys, these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest, and try to check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus sign for the most holistic message for your week, okay? Very important to understand that. Check out a free birth chart calculator online if you don't know your placements. You just need to know what time you're born. So, guys, we're going to be doing two different readings. I'm going to be separating love and career. If you're not interested in love, check out the timestamps, pop forward to career. I am going to be starting with love, okay? And I'm going to be doing them separately. Because I know some of you who are sort of new to tarot get confused by the multiple, because I know I give a lot of different interpretations. So I am a Gemini sun after all. Anyway, so I just thought it might be helpful to separate the two. So I want to pull a magic of you oracle for a crowning message, and then we'll kind of work in what's happening in the sky right now, okay? Our Gemini brothers and sisters. Ooh, solitude, Gem. Alone but not lonely. Hope you can see that. I don't know. I feel like my light is kind of weird here today. Alone but not lonely. So, really beautiful message, actually. I mean, this is about introspection being totally the key now. Take some time away from others, because whatever it is that you're looking for, the answer is actually within you and not external to you. So you really want to explore the concepts of self-nurture and value, self-truth. What is your self-truth? Are you treating yourself well? Or are you being kind of rough and kind of impatient with yourself right now? And remember, solitude is not loneliness. It's an opportunity to pause and to allow the beautiful universe to give you a hug, right? And it's when you have to allow that space, right? To allow the hug. And also, I just want to show you on this card two things, right? One, if you notice the butterfly here, right? The butterfly is kissing her shoulder, which is a beautiful reminder that after a period of darkness, a cocooning of the senses, a beautiful winged creature, right? The beautiful butterfly is going to crack out of the chrysalis and just sort of be reborn here. And if you notice here as well, this shoot, this leaf, I know this is kind of a dark card. I apologize for that. I can't really do anything. But you see this leaf here, the shoot coming from her thumb. In yoga, the thumb represents fire and universal consciousness. So from periods of quiet solitude right now, fresh inspiration and motivation is going to be available to you. So I think that's just absolutely beautiful, especially when, we have a couple of nice energies, guys, going on this week. I do have to say, on the 12th, we're going to have Jupiter sextiling Neptune. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces, which is the 12th house. So it's that energy where it's like Pisces are so giving, they're just very loving, they're very giving, they're emotional, they're watery, they're sensitive. It's also where our dreams happen. So everyone's just going to be kind of feeling very light about being open and just feeling more easily making personal sacrifices for what we believe in to be for the better good of something, but without feeling like we're selling our soul, if that makes sense. And then on the 13th, we have Mercury retrograde, and in Gemini, it's going to be in the 6th house of day-to-day work environment, having to do with the people that we work with, the type of work that we do on the day-to-day, as well as health. Mental, physical, and emotional health. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is going to be bringing up a lot of stuff, a lot of muck and stuff from the dregs, right? Think like that well energy in the Lenormand of stuff we need to look at from the past so that we could figure out what we're going to do with it. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to put it in our backpack and keep carrying it around with us. What are we going to do? Are we going to reconcile it? What are we going to do, right? That really is what the Mercury retrograde is going to be. And then in Scorpio. And yeah, and then what else is going on? Oh, well, we have the new moon in Libra. That's going to be happening on the 16th. Now, the thing is with this moon is going to be conjunct. It's going to be a 4-degree conjunction with the sun. So what does that mean? The sun's really going to be bright and shining some serious light on our emotions. So just like know that going in. And the thing is, this is very much like an 11th house energy of goals. So really going to be very aware emotionally of what it is that we want as far as our goals, and we're going to start to really formulate how we can make this happen. What do we need to stop doing? What do we need to start doing? What do we need to adjust, right? And we're going to have so much awareness though at this time, which is pretty cool. I mean, for that reason, I don't know, I just feel like this month, yeah, okay, the energies are running high. We all know the world is weird, but I feel like there are little like pockets of gifts that are sort of peppered throughout. I just kind of feel like, anyway. So let's talk about the past, the recent past for our Gemini friends having to do with relationship. So we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands has to do with defending, self-defense, protecting against some sort of competition. So it could be some sort of rivalrous circumstance within your relationship, not agreeing on something, not seeing eye to eye, feeling the need to draw a line in the sand about what you want, feel, what you desire. Sensing a sort of unease and conflict having to do with a certain connection here. But you really trying to establish what it is that you want, need, and desire. Now, Gemini, if you're single, then having the Eight of Wands, this can indicate you finally figuring out what the heck you want in a relationship, once and for all. And then hearing from a person, because the Eight of Wands is, it's a very speedy, it's a very quick acting energy. It's getting that text message, that email, that phone call, whatever it is. It's some form of communication that brings good news. It's not bad news, it's good news. Eight of Wands is a good energy. We like it. And it incites change, but almost like a frenetic kind of change, almost like, all right, wow, okay, I really need to sort of like rethink how I was doing things, what's going to be happening here. And the thing is, I just want to say that all of the transits that we're having right now, everything is very close together and to the earth. So, like, the Scorpio energy, modern ruler of Pluto, it really is going to be digging things up in the craziest way. That's going to be impacting us in a very real way. And it's no joke. I mean, you guys are ruled by Mercury, so is Virgo. Those of you who are Gem or Virgo risings, Mercury is your chart ruler, so you're going to be feeling it even more profoundly. So there's going to be a lot going on as far as like transformation. Remember, Pluto's all about transformation. So some sort of news is coming in, like now you had some sort of connection, communication with somebody either now or it's coming up in, as we approach this time period. But I feel like the conversation is going to incite some sort of, well, this is how I felt, and this is how I felt, but feeling the need where you had to defend yourself, either against that person, or maybe against their family, maybe defend your family, but there's some sort of defending going on, right? And it can end up, right, we have this Knight of Swords energy, which is a fast-talking kind of energy, but it also does incite a lifestyle change. So there's some sort of communication coming in, Gem, that's going to end up inciting some sort of lifestyle change. And what does that mean? It's going to mean something different for each of you. Either you're not going to be single anymore, that's a lifestyle change, or you're going to go from being a partner to being single. You could go from deciding to be partnered to unpartnered, as far as like divorce, separation, obviously if you guys are living together, that would be something. Or this could just simply be an argument, right? Because swords are truth, it's communication, and the Knight comes in very quickly. So I don't want to say that it's like an end of the world kind of argument, but it's an argument because it's a fast-talking, sharp-tongued kind of argument that's going to create one of you, both of you, or someone in this connection to feel very protective of self, because that is what the Four of Coins is. And at the same time, very much desiring long-term security and just trying to figure out what that even means for you. So while there's communication coming in, for those of you waiting for communication, I do feel like that there's going to be this position that you're going to have to take where you're needing to defend yourself, you're feeling the need to protect yourself, and there is going to be a bit of a back and forth kind of thing going on. So the situation right now, we have the Ace of Coins, the Eight of Coins, and that is working with the Queen of Cups and the Princess of Cups right now. So the Eight of Coins, let's talk about that first. This is about mastering something. The Eight of Coins is always about mastering. So since this is a relationship read, we're going to say that the coins are mental, physical, emotional connection. So it's about mastering what's necessary for a connection to work. This could be you trying to figure it out. This could certainly be some other energy that you are dealing with, trying to figure it out. But it's figuring out, like, what is, what do I have to do to have the kind of relationship that I really want? Like, maybe meeting people is actually not your problem. Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. But then after you meet them, how do you make it work? And if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got, as I always say, as the old saying goes, which I think there's a lot of value in that. What do I have to do differently, right? And then we have this Princess of Cups popping in here, which is beautiful. I mean, this is just a new love or a new offering of something in the heart space. And it's a new offer of something, Gemini. So because it's a princess and it's a core card, this can absolutely mean the new cycle in an old relationship or meeting somebody brand new. But there's this newness here to it, regardless, because that's what the page and the princess always mean. And then we have this idea of Ace of Coins working with the Queen of Cups. Well, I mean, I really like this because the Ace of Coins is this decision to invest in something, to invest your time, to invest communication, to invest connection when it comes to relationship. But that's new. So this is a new strategy. This is a new approach. For some of you, it's a brand new relationship. For others of you, it's a new way of looking at things. If you're already partnered, or if you're in a situation where you're still in each other's energy field and you're revisiting this. Because the Mercury retrograde, keeping it real, honestly, Gemini and Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus often do revisiting of relationships, even if it's simply conversing with one another during Mercury retrograde. Keeping it real, especially, again, I would actually say for all of those placements. Mercury is really powerful. So we have that, and then we have the Queen of Cups working here as well. Love the Queen of Cups because such a healthy energy, I think, because the Queen of Cups is Gemini, right, and Cancer. And, so you guys are all about conversation and learning and figuring out, what do we need to do here? What do we need to feel safe, secure, grounded, rooted in this relationship? That's what Cancer is. So it's a beautiful combination, Gemini and Cancer, because what ends up resulting is this very nurturing energy, this very healing energy, and this very supportive energy. And it's having the conversation about what's necessary for that to even happen. So very healthy conversation, I do have to say, Gemini, is what I'm seeing for those of you here with relationship on your heart. So in the near future, we have the Chariot working with the Knight of Coins, working with the Queen of Swords, working with the Empress. All right, listen, toxicity is being left behind, Gemini. It has no place in your life right now. It just doesn't. It's going to end up, and you're going to know where the toxicity is hanging, right? You can't afford, keeping it real, as the north node of the moon for the next a little less than year and a half. You're going to be growing in leaps and bounds if you allow yourself. We're energetic beings. If we create blocks and walls in our life, we're not going to get the gifts. It's simply the way it is. It's simply the way it is. I mean, the Chariot energy is all about leaving the toxicity, climbing on the Chariot, and getting the hell out of Dodge and just saying, no, I'm going towards my Cancer energy. I'm going towards that metaphorical home space where I belong. And I'm getting away from where I no longer belong. Something has reached its expiration date, and if it's not a whole relationship, because it doesn't have to be, perhaps it's a way of thinking. Maybe it's a way of doing that relationship that's got to be left in the past because it's not working. It's not working. And as soon as you do that, then we have the Knight of Coins. I like the Knight of Coins. This is becoming patient, Gemini. This is putting in the hard work. This is about reliable. This is you dealing with an energy who is like this. This is you being this way, or this is just a general energetic influence, because that's the way it is with court cards. But no matter how we slice it, it's beautiful. It's patient. And every Gemini could use a little bit of that. Can we not sometimes, you know? Queen of Swords, here we go. Beautiful. Queen of Swords is about the truth. Queen of Swords is Virgo and Libra, right? Really working the Mercury, because Virgo is Mercury ruled as well. Working the Mercury in a way to solve problems. And this is what we really want. We want to solve problems right now, Gemini, right? I mean, you're going to have Venus and Virgo in your 4th house of home, security, safety, family, all of that. Your real home, your metaphorical home. Having Venus in there, it's a softening of problem-solving energies. And that's exactly what the Queen of Swords is. You know, because it's Virgo and Libra. Libra is that 7th house of relationships. So it's, all right, you know, let's sit down and talk out what we need to figure out here as far as what we need to do going forward. Total honesty. Total honesty. What I like about this too, Gemini, is there's this element of self-sufficiency about you right now in this energy as well, which is going to really call forth your Empress energy. And who doesn't love that? The Empress is Venus. It is Venus in astrology. This is about growth and movement forward. This is about, for those of you in this space, I know this is not my reading, okay, because I'm not in the space of fertility and pregnancy, right? My shop's been closed for a long time. But fertility and creation and pregnancy, for those of you in that space, abundance, being really good parents together, if you guys are in that space, if you guys are married, really good. For those of you who aren't resonating with it like that at all, just think about the fact that she is the mother of the tarot. She's perpetually pregnant, and pregnancy is all about planting a seed and growing something to be the best, most healthy version of it, birth it, and then go back and do it again, because that's what she wants to do. And if you think about Venus, Venus is about everything that we value, handling things in a very soft way, but in a way to grow and cultivate. And that's what the Empress is. And it's happening. It's got to be planted in this very open, honest way. And we like to say that, but sometimes that's really hard to exercise in reality. So as the final outcome, you're like, great, I got the Tower, Jackie. Thank you so much, girlfriend. No, thank you, right? But we have it working with other stuff here, okay? So the Tower, yeah, stinky Tower, unwanted change, some sort of like ruin, upheaval, whatever. But Gemini, this could be happening internally. And I feel like a lot of people are having these internal Tower moments where it's like, I can't believe I was seeing it like that, or I don't want to do that anymore, or I don't want to attract those kind of energies to myself anymore. I don't want to give X, Y, and Z the power over me anymore. A lot of people across the board are getting the Towers. It's just very, very interesting to me. But I love that it works with the Ace of Swords. Because we have an ending, but then we have this brand new beginning. And Ace of Swords is all about a new idea, this mental clarity. It's like the blinds are off your eyes and you didn't even realize they were there, having to do with something. But just keep in mind that whenever we have the Ace of Swords, now some of you may be getting surgery, okay? Some of you may be, or dealing with that dynamic within your relationship. Okay, we do have to say, but I like the Tower with the Ace of Swords because this tells me that there's going to be the end of something toxic, and then some sort of surgical intervention is going to be rectifying that. Yes. Yes. And then we have the Nine of Coins, so it's going to go well. Anyway, I digress for those of you not resonating with that. But the Ace of Swords, yeah, so there's this mental clarity. There's this epiphany that you're having, right? But with this epiphany comes along with it a new kind of conflict. It doesn't mean bad. It just means it's like the shades are off your eyes. You're having this clarity, but now this new conflict emerges reflective of this new clarity. It's like, okay, now I know what to do, but now the problem is doing that in order to bring that into fruition, if that makes sense. And then we have the Knight of Wands. It's working with the Knight of Wands. This is a very lusty and very free-spirited energy. This is somebody who, first of all, there's a lot of physical chemistry here. It's like visceral, kinetic kind of energy. I'm not even saying physical. I'm talking about like there's a chemical kind of thing with these energies together. We have the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Wands and the Tower and the Nine of Coins. This is like chemical. This has nothing to do, like this is, it doesn't even matter what your partner looks like. It's like that kind of soul kind of energetic connection. But it's like a lusty kind of very creative, let's just sort of get caught up in it all right now. And that could happen when we have Jupiter sextiling Neptune, keeping it real. That could totally happen. So, and then we have all of this working with the Nine of Coins. So, the Nine of Coins is very much about, it's right before the Ten of Coins, right? And the Ten of Coins is all about deepening communication, a deepening of commitment, will you marry me, focusing on the family, all of that. The Nine of Coins is, okay, what do we actually have to do in the 3D in order to make that Ten of Coins happen? That's truly what it is. It's, figuring out, all right, how can we create gain in this connection? How could we enjoy each other even more, right? It really is about experiencing the pleasure within the connection. So I love that. I mean, so I'm very much understanding this Tower as a falling down of either your inner belief system, Gemini, or this could certainly be your partner, or maybe both of you. Maybe both of you. Now, for those of you who are single, I do see you meeting somebody. I see you very focused on wanting to make this connection. But I also see the need for absolute honesty of self. And there may be needing, if you have no one in your life and there is no one in your energy field, you may be needing to update the way in which you actually see relationship and its role in your life, and perhaps even the type of energy that you go after. That could certainly be it as well. So let's pull a couple of Island Time Wellness, pull a couple of this and that, and then we'll go on to career for those of you who are interested in career. Sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. See, that's a lot. Those are a lot of qualifiers in that card, because stalking somebody on social media is not the same as gaslighting. Do you know what I'm saying? So I always feel like the sunglasses is more of a like somebody trying to figure your stuff out via social media, whether maybe you haven't even met before or you guys were together and somebody is like checking out your social media. And we have the runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Gem, that might be you. That might be somebody that you're dealing with. Then we have engagement ring, partnership, commitment, completion, union. So I see this being a really nice partnership, but somebody's scared. And maybe they have a reason to be scared. I don't know. Hand of cards, taking a chance, risking. Options, not showing hand, taking a chance, gambling. Yes. All right. So somebody's very scared here, Gem. Somebody. This is definitely a specific message here. There's no question. Because, look, I mean, obviously, if you have a fear of intimacy, if you guys are going to get together and have this commitment, there is going to be a taking a chance involved. And I do see somebody trying to feel the waters out before taking that jump. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Okay. I never meant to make you feel like you don't matter. Gemini. One more. I messed up big time. Okay. All right. Let's pull a couple of heart oracles. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Beautiful. I really feel like some nice stuff is going to be happening for my Gemini friends. It's going to take some work. We have Saturn. We have you. You know, so when we get ourselves here, that means pay attention. So something needs to either be communicated, communication needs to be worked on, something needs to be learned, right? Because remember, Gemini is also the student. Having to do with falling in love, romance, how you guys connect, the act of sex, what it is that you guys want. I mean, the 5th house is... Leo is the landlord, ruled by the sun. It's the house of fun. It's the house of falling in love. It's the house of romance. So it does seem like some work is going to be involved in learning a new approach, a new strategy, a new way of communicating with each other. That's just very, very important. Okay, and let's pull a single cat tarot card for a last little piece of fun. I haven't used my cat tarot since, like, forever. It feels like since last year almost. I don't know. Any of you remember? Queen of Swords. I love it. Total honesty. That's the key here. The key here is to be honest. So that is what I have for you, my Gemini friends, for relationship. Now we're going to go on to career. These guys off the T-bone. And we're going to pull a whole other energy for career. So this was the chakra tarot that I used for this spread. I know a lot of you guys ask me about my cards. Alrighty. Okay, let's get right into career. Let's pull a black moon oracle and see what energies we need to focus on. Chiron. Chiron. So listen, I mean, this has to do with your career. So some healing that's got to go on in your career. Now, let's not make like we don't remember that Chiron is retrograde right now in Aries until December. And Aries is all about a fresh path and a new perspective. Chiron is making us all turn around and look and say, all right, you know, what's going on here? What do I need to look at? And healing that. Now, Chiron could heal false beliefs, you know, depending on where you have it. Any sort of false beliefs, you know, false narratives that you've told yourself about yourself, self-limiting ideas, anything like that. But right now it is about being very honest with yourself about, you know, what do you need to heal? Again, if you lost your job, are you feeling low about yourself? If you're feeling like you need to transition, are you feeling frustrated with yourself because you don't want to feel that way? Or maybe you're trying to get a job and you're feeling low because you're not able to either get hired or connect to anything that you're really into right now. But Chiron is all about healing from the inside out. Okay, we have the Tower. So this is the recent past, okay? So we're coming into this. So there was an ending. So it was some sort of ending. So Gemini, this could have literally been the ending of a job or realizing that you don't want to do something anymore. Something happened here where you were realizing at least some part of your work, you were not looking to continue with it. Could have been the situation for some of you if you were not like fired or furloughed or whatever the heck. But it kind of came out of nowhere is what I'm saying. Okay. Now, I do know for a lot of Geminis too, I just know in the astrology, there's a lot of busyness that goes on, that's going on right now as well. So the fact that we got the temperance energy there, so your schedule might have to be tempered, maybe releasing, something that you are doing right now just to sort of ease your load a little bit. Okay. So, yeah. So again, the Tower, like you didn't see it come. Unwanted change. Unwanted, like, it's not like you planned it. It kind of came out of nowhere. Now, again, for some of you, it could have been losing your job, or it's you realizing, as I mentioned, that you want to do something else. Now, it's working with the temperance energy, which is about balance and harmony and self-control and moderation, and sort of like, when I get this for career, it's like, okay, is there balance? Am I being paid for the work that I'm putting out? Am I working too many hours? Is there balance? So that's really the stuff that you're going to be asking yourself. Now, this is working with the King of Wands, which I really like. The King of Wands is fabulous. This is about being brave, being really courageous, right? It's a Cancer and Leo energy. So Cancer is always about inciting this sense of like a metaphorical home, right? Like you're doing exactly what you feel like you need to be. You're exactly where you feel like you should be, but you're finding it really exciting at the same time. You're liking what you're doing, right? Because there's Leo there. Leo is all about the fifth house of fun, of our passions. It's a fire energy. And it's working with the Hierophant. So the Hierophant's about traditions and conventional expectations and conformity. And quite frankly, that could be like what society thinks you should be doing, okay. Or what you think, like you questioning this with the Hierophant energy. You saying, all right, this is what society thinks I should do, or this is what actually may make sense because of my skill set, or because of all the years that I put into something, or because it's all I know how to do, right? But then you're like in this King of Wands energy, you're looking to feel safe, and secure and everything, but you're looking to be more creative right now, Gemini. You really want to be more creative. So there's got to be this tempering of your skill set, what you're good at, with creativity right now. There's got to be a balance there. And I'm getting a lot of energy here about just balancing your day-to-day. Just balancing your day-to-day. Really. You have Mars retrograde in the 6th. For you guys, there's a lot going on in the 6th house. Again, you have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio there. You have Mars retrograde, right, in Aries until the middle of November. So there's a lot going to be going on having to do with your day-to-day work environment. Yeah, the fact that we got the Temperance, we have the Devil here. All right. It's working with the Knight of Cups. Oh, I like this. Listen, where's the imbalance, Gemini? Where is the imbalance? Are you working with the Devil energy, somebody who's a little wacky? Like, again, the Devil can be as I always say, the Devil is always about imbalance. So whatever that means to you and your situation. The basic understanding is it could indicate anything from addiction to greed, to maybe you're dealing with somebody who's very envious day to day in the work environment, somebody who's overly materialistic and it just drives you crazy. There's any kind of like obsession, just lusting over the wrong things, deflection, gaslighting, being very, very ego-driven, focused only on oneself, right? Whatever the case is, all right? The Devil energy, again, because it's about imbalance, it could also mean this level of imbalance, like you're working way too much, Gemini. Where's your life? Like, where is your life? Maybe you're not seeing your friends enough, or you're not doing things that you really love enough because you're so busy working, right? That would be indicative of an imbalance as well. But then we have this great news coming in. 8 of Wands is about getting some really good news coming in that's going to incite some sort of change that's going to lead to a very strong foundation. So then we have the Knight of Cups energy. So you're getting some sort of proposal. Somebody is proposing something to you. Now, this is a career read, so it's not, I don't know, it could be love, but I'm not understanding it like that because it's a career read. Somebody could be proposing a job opportunity to you, a new track at work. This proposal can actually come to you very spiritually, very serendipitously, where you're realizing out of nowhere you have a crystal clear epiphany. crystal clear, and you kind of know what you have to do, right? And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is about generosity. It's about giving and receiving help. So this is about you being really open and just networking, Gemini. I see you networking. I see you getting out there, dealing with different people. Now, this could have to do because of whatever information came in that you're going to be dealing with different people. But I see you getting support. I see there being generosity as a result of this proposal, this offer, something that's going to be offered to you that's going to very deeply resonate with something that you want to do, or that you feel like is just the right thing for you right now in your life. Wow, you guys hear that wind out there? It's so windy. Okay, and now in the near future, we have the Knight of Wands with the Justice energy. So the Knight of Wands, again, very lusty, very free-spirited energy, very, very creative. There's a lot of creativity going on here. And we have this with the Justice energy, which is Libra. It's the 7th house of partnerships. So some of you may be getting very creative in establishing your own business, or some sort of connection of where you, again, I'm getting this idea of generosity, support, starting something up on your own that's going to resonate with many of you. But this is also about just being mindful of cause and effect and trying to come up with a win-win solution when it comes to your career right now. This is also telling me that the truth is going to come out about something, be it what you really want to do or realizing how somebody has been treating you. There is a truth coming out always with the Justice energy. It's about a positive karmic payback here. But whatever's coming out, it's just going to be inciting this level of creativity. Now, we have the Seven of Wands working with the Strength. So what I see here, though, Gemini, keeping it real, is there's going to be a little feeling of self-defensiveness, feeling like you have to draw a line in the sand, feeling like you have to protect yourself against some sort of competition, being very mindful of some sort of competition within the workplace or within whatever sector you're in, feeling this pressure of some kind of competition. But I see you being just okay with it. You're going to be fine. We have the Strength energy. This is about having a lot of healthy self-love, self-respect, lots of courage, doing something with heart. Also another very creative energy. Very creative. And also, Leo, Strength is Leo. Leo, again, is the landlord of the 5th house, ruled by the sun. And I always look, that's always a placement that I look at too for like entrepreneurial activities or ideas. Because it's like the house of, oh, hey, I love to do this thing. Let me turn this hobby or whatever into a money-making situation. That's the 5th house energy. Okay, and the final outcome, we have 9 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Love it, love it, love it. You're getting a new job, a new raise, a promotion. There's some sort of new income, new something that is all about serving your wish fulfillment. This is about material abundance. Your health is looking good. You're going to be tired, my friend. You're going to be tired because the 9 of Wands is like, I could do this. Let me keep going, right? It's about keeping and maintaining these boundaries. It's about being persistent in something. Don't give up, right? And you're not going to give up. I don't see you giving up. We have the Queen of Wands energy, and this is just having so much confidence and feeling very self-assured in what it is that you're doing, meaning you believe in what you're doing. You believe in this new information, this new decision that you're making in this energy. It's going forward in a very, very positive way. There's no question. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's throw some astro dice for career and pull an astro card. 7th house. Yes, I feel like, I don't know, some of you either maybe, are you starting a partnership? Because this is business partnership, maybe with your family or the friend, it's just a new business partner. But the idea here is to, if that doesn't resonate with you, remember the 7th house, the ruler of the 7th house is Venus, and Venus is a money planet. And it's also about our creativity. So you're going to be, and then look at this, we got Libra. We have a lot of Libra energy in the sky, plus it's rolling out in the astro dice. I love it. So Libra is the 7th house. All right, again, a lot about Venus. And we got the sun. So just make sure that your ego, for good or bad, somebody else's ego, for good or bad, doesn't end up becoming a problem in this situation. You want to keep the strength energy balanced, right? You don't want to bring it into that darker manifestation of it being more like ego-driven, my way, the highway, kind of, you know, stamping your feet sort of thing. Because communication is going to be able to work out whatever the problem is right now. Oh, I love it. 3rd house. We got you. And it's about perception. Yes. And, you know, we have objective perception and we have subjective perception. So this is really about seeing things from more of a global perspective, first of all. This is about learning something new, opening up those lines of communication, not closing yourself off from networking other people. A lot of you guys, 3rd house guys, this is the communication via the internet. So this could be YouTube, social media, anything like that. So really good energy for those of you who are going to be doing anything like that moving forward. So it looks good to me. It does look good to me. So that is what I have for you, Gemini, for the week of the 10th. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.